Hello, this is Mark from I Am Organic Gardening, located in Zone 6B, and today is April 21st, 2018, and it's time to take the greenhouse out of the barn. And I'll show you exactly what I mean in just a second. So I have about 30 days to our last frost date, which is May 20th for me in Zone 6B. And I want to start planting up some seeds in a covered greenhouse, a portable covered greenhouse. I won't require any heat for these that I first start planting today, but later on when I move my tomatoes and peppers out, I'm going to require heat in there. So I want to show you the portable greenhouse that I built several years ago. I'll be opening up these side doors here, and then I'll be moving the greenhouse out, and I'll explain briefly how I set up this greenhouse design for me on my farm. Now here's my 2-in-1 portable market gardening greenhouse and also retail farm stand. Now the dimensions on this is 8 feet deep or 8 feet wide and 12 feet long. And what's covering the whole greenhouse is 100% see-through polycarbonate. This way you get plenty of light inside the greenhouse. Before taking a look inside the greenhouse, and I'll show you a little bit more details of it, I want to go over the retail farm stand about it. What it is right now, it's a wagon, and will always be a wagon because you can see the 4 wheels. Depending where you are in the United States, I would say every single state in the United States, you're allowed to sell your produce off your farm that you grow. And it has to be, you have to be a farm, and there's rules to what a farm is defined by in each state. But if you grow something on your farm, you're allowed to sell something off your farm, and you don't need a barn for it or anything else too. And the easiest way to do that is to have a portable farm stand, which is this, and this is also doing the greenhouse. And you're not going to run into any rules or any problem you selling your produce off of it. And plus you're going to keep your produce nice and clean and healthy looking, and the people are going to enjoy buying it at, say, bench height level. Now to help us with this problem, any state that you live in, when you have a wagon that's portable, it's not a fixed structure, so they cannot stop you. One, they can't stop you from selling your own product that you're growing on your own farm. And make sure you're not buying something in like pumpkins and you didn't grow pumpkins at all and you're trying to sell them. You can't do something like that. But if you want to grow your own tomatoes and you think you can grow 1,000 or 2,000 pounds on your farm and you want to sell them out in front of your house, you can do a portable wagon right out front, and there's no way they can tax you or stop you from doing it. If there's anything that's unclear that I just mentioned, just please write a comment below and I'll go right back to you. Access to the greenhouse is the 2 panels come off on both sides, the 2 polycarb panels that are 12 feet long. They just come off, and I'll pull this one off closest to us right here and set it on the ground, and then we'll take a look inside. And they're just held on with some bungee cords, and see the white bar on the bottom? It just slides in behind that through the frame and just locks into place. Now I just open it up simply like this. There's a bungee cord in each corner. Now we can get a much better picture of the 2 things that I use this greenhouse for. Now I can plant up at least 2,000 individual plants in these cell flats here, or I can plant up at least 900 in 4-inch pots. And you can see here the greenhouse floor is also these blue heating mats, so if I ever run into a very cold winter again, I can pull it back in the barn, reduce the wind chill effect on it, and then turn the heating pads on and keep everything alive. Now for the retail farm use, now I have these 2 trays that I commonly use on my farm. The tray on the right is actually from Holland, and you'll see them pretty much all around the United States. This is what they bring flower bulbs in from the United States. I used to import flower bulbs myself from Holland, and there used to be about 500 tulips inside this tray. And the other one is just a flat produce tray. Now, you can't really buy these anywhere. The only way you can get them is if you negotiate with another farmer that might have a lot in stock that he was willing to sell to you. But what's nice about these 2 trays is that they are plastic, easy to clean. Your customers don't get hurt on them by any means. You don't want like wooden trays or anything else too, or too much paper material because they'll get wet from the produce. And again, you can set these trays up any which way you want to display and set up your farm stand. And you have this beautiful covered wagon. Now, also the back part of this wagon, this back panel does come off, so you have easy access on both sides. Now, the right-hand side and the left-hand side, those are going to be permanent panels. So imagine this, you grow all your plants, and then by the time you get them all in the ground, which is usually by, let's say, June, for sure, is that now you have this empty greenhouse that's portable. Now you can go in here and start selling your produce off your farm. The two panels come off, like I said, your two side panels come off, and you have easy access on both sides. You fill up your trays with your beautiful produce and healthy produce you're growing on your farm, and now you have a beautiful spot to sell them from. With the roof that's flat on top, that's why I don't keep outside all year round. That's why I bring it in here. With a snow load on that very top roof, since it's flat, and even if you peak it, it probably would not be strong enough to hold, and you're going to put a lot more money in to try to make it strong enough to stay outside. But that's your choice. Now with that flat roof, you want to do is just go out and buy something less than $50, some type of nice canopy cover that's, you know, something's bright that will actually attract people or customers to your farm stand, and just lay it on top, and that will do the sunlight coming in there, give it a little bit more protection, and then you have this beautiful portable farm stand you can move around. Just make sure before you build a wagon of any types, how are you going to move this? With your pickup truck, with your quad, or your tractor? What engine do you have on the farm that's going to pull this strong enough to move it around your farm, especially out in front of your house? I want to thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope this gave you some valuable insight of how I started my market gardening and also selling retail on my farm. I started out with just a simple wagon on the street to begin with. And then as things matured on the farm, I was able to move into a barn and get more money. But what I'm always finding out is I can't spend a lot of money, and you don't want to pump a lot of money into your the machines you buy, and also the greenhouses you put in the farm. You want to keep them as low cost as possible, and whenever you can get a chance of getting a 2-for-1 deal, meaning now you have a greenhouse that you can use, and when it's not in use you can make it into a retail farm stand, that's a win-win situation. And that's how you save money, and then you're always maintaining and always seeing, and plus the customer is happy because they see a beautiful, knowledgeable person like yourself out there selling that produce, and they're enticed to buy. They're even enticed to spend more money than they have sometimes, like they do with me, is because they know they're getting a very good deal and they're getting healthy food. And I thank you very much for watching, and please share this and like this, and I will see you shortly and keep you always informed of how I do things on my farm. And this year I'll try to keep you updated as much as I can about planting things and selling things through the whole season. Thanks, and enjoy your day. Bye.